Hello, everyone. This is Tracy D. Armstrong with your Motivational Moments webinar today. And today we're going to talk about staying motivated. And we're going to go through some tips and tricks on how to improve your self-motivation. So first of all, let me just ask you, have you ever set a goal for yourself only to find yourself losing motivation and not reaching it? Because many of us have been there. But the good news is that by understanding your purpose and setting smart goals, you can increase your chances of success. Now, we're going to break down today's webinar. You're going to have understanding your purpose, setting smart goals, staying motivated during the journey. So those are the different things we want to make sure we focus on. And first, if you don't have your notepad out or something to write with, get something out because we want to find your purpose. Understanding what your purpose is going to be key in understanding your goals. All right. So remember that finding your purpose, it's a journey and it may take time to figure out what it is. Be patient with yourself and keep exploring new avenues until you find what is right for you. Now, the first phase of discovering your purpose is called the discovery phase. And that is where you first reflect on your values, your interests, and your passions. Let's take a minute. What are you most motivated by? Write some things down that you can think of that you are motivated by. What are some things that bring you joy and fulfillment? So you may say, well, what brings me joy? It brings me joy speaking to people. It brings me joy to help people improve their lives. But think about it for yourself. What are some things that motivate you? And what are some things that bring you joy and fulfillment? Once you've gotten those written down, next, let's identify your strengths and your weaknesses. And I don't really like to call them weaknesses. I would say your challenges are your opportunities. Okay. So first, what are you naturally good at? Like, are you naturally good at running? For example, if you're really good at running, maybe running is going to be something to do with your purpose. Okay. I just threw out running. You could be good at talking. You can be good at influencing people. Now, write down, what do you think you struggle with? Like, do you struggle getting in front of a crowd? Do you struggle with finding the right words to say to people? Write down some things that you struggle with. Okay. Now, what activities can you see yourself doing for long periods of time without getting bored? Like, I could see myself shopping for long periods of time without getting bored. So my passion could be, or my purpose could line up being like a personal shopper or something like that. Some people, you can write for a long time without getting bored, or you can do certain things like talking for certain periods of time without getting bored. So just think about some things that you are good at. Number 3, explore new experiences and try new things. Now, this can help you gain a better understanding of what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy. And it can help you identify your new passions and your interests. So if you've never went out and done something that you've always sat back and you watched other people do and you said, I think I want to try that, but you've never tried it, take the chance. Go ahead. It's not saying anything crazy or illegal or anything like that. I'm saying things like, for instance, I've always wanted to bungee jump. That could be something that I may try. That's something new, never done it, always wanted to do it. Or it could be something not that dangerous, but maybe you said, well, I've always wanted to write a book. Okay, try writing a book. Start writing a book. Number 4, Seek guidance from others. Now, this can be a little tricky, but talk to your friends, family, and mentors or coaches about what they see in you as your unique skills and qualities. Because sometimes other people can see things in you that you don't even see in yourself. So talk to those trusted friends and ask them, hey, what could you see me doing? Maybe talk to some of those family members that you have support from. Find a mentor that could be of help to helping guide you. And then next, ask for their support in helping you identify your purpose. Now, when I say ask for support, that's just saying, hey, okay, well, you can see me speaking to others. What are some ways or what are some platforms that you could suggest that I could get into speaking to others? If you wanted to write a book, maybe ask, okay, well, where are some places I can go to learn how to write a book? So asking for support. Number 5, consider your life experiences and what you've learned from them. Now, think about this. What challenges have you already overcome? Write down a few of the things that you've already overcome. I've already overcome being sick and having major surgeries. I've already overcome being a single mother, raising a teenage daughter. I've already overcome the challenges of going through college and getting a degree. And then what have you learned from them? What are some things that you've learned from the experiences and the challenges that you've already overcome? So write a few of those things down. And then number 6, meditate and reflect. What do you want your life to look like in the future? What do you want to achieve? How do you want to impact others? Because a lot of times our purpose is aligned with helping others or doing for others or some type of service for others. And we sometimes may not see that. And I'm not saying your purpose doesn't have to do with you, because of course your purpose is all about you because it is your purpose. But sometimes, like for instance, my purpose is to have a positive impact on the lives of others. So my purpose has to do with other people. So meditate and reflect on the things that you want, the things that you desire in life. Now, after you've kind of discovered and gone through those steps of discovering your purpose, let's talk about setting your goals. Now, they're called setting SMART goals. And SMART goals gives you a clear plan and direction for where you want to go. But the journey to achieving your goals can be challenging, of course. And that's why it's important to stay motivated along the way. The word SMART stands for having specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant time-bound goals. So let's break it down. You want to be specific. What do you want? How much do you want? And by when do you want it? Here are some examples that can help you think of some specific goals. Number 1, an example. I want to increase my website traffic by 20% in the next 6 months. That is specific. They want their website traffic increased. They want to increase it by a certain amount, and they have a specific time frame. Number 2, increase sales revenue by 10% within the next 6 months. So let's say if you have a business and you want to increase the amount of money you're bringing in, you want to set a specific goal of how much you want and by when you want it. And then number 3, maybe you want to complete a certification program in digital marketing within the next 12 months with an aim to improve the company's online presence by 50%. Now, I know that might say a lot, but it is a very specific goal. So when you are writing your goals out, be specific. What is it that you want? This person wants to complete a certification program. Okay, there's a lot of different types of programs. What type of certification program do you want? I want one in digital marketing. Okay, how long do you think that a digital marketing certification might take? Let's say 12 months. Awesome. Now, why do you want this? I want to get this certification so that I can help improve the company's online presence by 50%. So those are two specific goals that have been put into one. So first, be specific with your goal. Next, have a measurable goal. Again, you want to state, what do you want? You want to state, how can you measure your results? Now, let's say, for instance, you want to lose weight. Your goal could be, I want to lose 5 pounds in the next 2 months. And then how are you going to measure it? Okay. I'm going to exercise regularly for at least 30 minutes. And I'm going to do that 5 days a week and track my caloric intake. So that is a specific goal that is measurable. And it is also giving a date by when you want that to be done. So you want to be able to measure your goal. Number 2, measurable goal. Increase website traffic by 20% within the next 6 months. Okay, that's a specific goal with a time frame. Now, how are you going to measure that goal? I'm going to measure it and put it out there through targeted social media campaigns and search engine optimization. Now, what that means is when you do it through those campaigns and when you do it through a search engine, that will give you all the analytics that will be able to show you how you measure. Okay. Number 3, you can say, let's say you are trying to save money. You can be specific and have it measurable. Say $10,000 in the next year. Okay, how am I going to measure those results? How am I going to get to the $10,000? I'm going to create a budget and I'm going to reduce my monthly expenses by 10%. And of course, it all depends on your finances. But as far as that example, you have a specific budget and you do certain things in order to get to your goal. Now, we got to make sure that the goal is achievable or attainable. Okay? What do you want and how can you achieve your results? Now, this is when you put the plan in place and you have to have action steps in order to get to your success. Now, first, example, improve your time management skills. How am I going to improve my time management skills? By prioritizing my tasks. Okay, that is how I can manage my time. How else can I manage my time? I can delegate responsibilities. Got it? That way it saves me time if other people are helping. What else am I going to do? I need to create a daily schedule. Now, why am I doing all of these things? Because I have an aim of increasing my productivity by a specific 20% number. Now, I'm breaking this down so that you can understand how to actually write your goals out. Because I can just say, hey, create a goal, make a list of some goals. But if they aren't SMART goals, then you're really not going to be as successful. You may get there, but are you going to be able to track it? Are you going to be able to, get to the numbers that you want? Now, number 2, you may want to increase your physical fitness by joining a gym. Okay. Exercising for 30 minutes. All right. How long are we going to do this for? 4 days a week. What is the aim? What is the overall goal? The goal is running a 5K race, and then by when? In 9 months. And then the third example, improve financial stability by creating a budget, reducing debt, increasing savings. Now, improving financial stability is the goal. How are we going to do it? Create a budget, reduce our debt, increase our savings. What is the aim? What is the ultimate goal? It is to have an emergency fund. When do we want it? Within 3 months. And why? Worth of living expenses in 12 months. So the goal is to be financially stable, and those are some of the plans that you can put in place. Now, I'm not saying that you need to follow these examples. What I'm saying is when you go and you start writing your goals out, be specific, have it measurable, and it has to be something achievable. You don't want to create a goal and say, I want to lose 50 pounds in 1 month. Okay, that's a specific goal. It's measurable, but is that going to be really achievable in a healthy way? So think about those goals and have a plan of action for them. Now, relevant. How does the goal not be relevant? You can say, now, you got to first, and if you notice, all of these start with what do you want? And a lot of times, some of us, never really think about what do we really want? All right? So, what do you want? And is it aligned with your overall life or career objectives? Now, what that means is, if your overall career objective is to be a world-renowned best-selling author, are the goals and the steps and the plans that you have in place, are those in line with you getting to your best-selling author list? If not, you may need to readjust or realign the goals that you have. So let's make sure that our goals are relevant to what we're trying to do. Number 1, improve public speaking skills is the goal. How are we going to do it? By taking a course, okay, practicing in front of a mirror, all right, seeking feedback with the aim of becoming more confident and effective when presenting to large groups. Now, all of those goals and all of those steps are relevant to improving the public speaking skills. All right, because if this person wants to be a motivational speaker, they have to be able to do all of those things. So those goals are going to be relevant to reaching the overall life goal. Now, number 2, increase sales in a specific market segment by conducting, how are we going to do it? Market research, launching targeted campaigns, and forming partnerships. And the aim is capitalizing on a growing demand for a particular product or service. So a lot of times you may have a main objective, primary goal, but you'll have smaller goals that, and I'll call them stepping stones, to get to your overall goal. And those are some ways that you can do that. Now, number 3, improve work-life balance by setting boundaries. Anybody out there would like to improve their work-life balance? All right. Now, how can we do that? Prioritizing self-care. That's important. And delegating responsibilities with the aim of reducing stress and increasing your job satisfaction. Because most of the time, when you have less stress, then you have better satisfaction in what you're doing. And then last but not least, you want to have time bounds. If you've noticed, all of the goals that we set and put in place, they all had a specific time frame. Now, when setting the time frame, it's going to all depend on what you're trying to do. Now, you don't want your time to be unrealistic because you want it to be achievable, but you don't want your time to be too far out to where it's one of the life goals. You want to make sure you have those stepping stone goals. Now, number one, save $5,000 for a down payment on a house. Here's the time frame. That's the goal. And what are we doing this for? To get a house within the next 18 months. Now, how are we going to do it? Creating a budget, reducing expenses, and contributing a set amount from each paycheck to a savings account or an investment account or some type of other account. It does not have to be a savings account that goes into a bank. Let me make sure I say that, okay? But there's specific smaller goals inside of the larger goal within 18 months. Now, that's reasonable, especially if you're trying to purchase a house. Now, if you wanted to back that up and say 12 months, then you may adjust the goal and you may adjust the amount that you're going to contribute from every paycheck. So you have to make sure you manage your goals. All right. Number two, complete a project management certification program within the next 12 months by studying now. Goal, get the certification. What type of certification? Project management certification. By when? Within the next 12 months. How are we going to do it? And I think a lot of times the goal setting, people forget to include the how, or they don't know the how, and they don't include the how in the goal setting. So the how here would be for 2 hours a day studying, attend classes, and then completing the required coursework, actually putting a plan in place in order to achieve the goal. Number three, write and publish a novel within the next 24 months. Now, that could actually be cut shorter depending on how much time you want to set aside to write. 24 months, that includes the writing of it and the publishing of it. So a lot of times you may be able to write it in less than that time, but the publishing may take however long that takes. So that is a reasonable time frame. And how are they going to do it? Setting aside time to write each day, seeking feedback from beta readers. That means other people from the outside just looking over it and reading it before it actually comes out. And then revising the manuscript as needed, because you don't want to just go and publish a novel without getting feedback and without making revisions and edits to it. All right. Now, to wrap up, that is setting the goals. That is how you can set SMART goals. So I hope as we went throughout that, you started thinking of some goals that you may have for your life. Now, examples of how you're going to stay motivated. Now that you've created some goals, how do you stay motivated to achieve those goals? Number one, of course, set meaningful and achievable goals. We just talked about that. When you have clear and well-defined goals, that actually helps you to stay focused and keeps you focused and motivated towards the desired outcome. But if you don't have goals, then you kind of don't have a direction on which way you really want to go. And then number two, break down the larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. That's why I said if you have this ultimate goal for your life, break it down into smaller goals so that as you reach those smaller goals, it feels less overwhelming, okay? Because if you're saying, I just want to be here, 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 those smaller goals be like, okay, got this, check. Next goal, got this, check. And it will help you track your progress towards completion. Here we go. Celebrate those milestones and accomplishments as you achieve them. Now, I'm not saying to celebrate and just stop working and, oh, let's go have a party. I reached my first small step. No, recognizing that, hey, this was a goal. I achieved it. Good for me. I'm going to pat myself on the back and I'm going to celebrate this milestone by recognizing that I have made progress. Okay. Which is the next. Recognizing and celebrating your success along the way. That can help you and keep you motivated and encouraged. A lot of times people don't like to celebrate until they reach the ultimate big goal. But when you celebrate the small victories, that is fuel to keep you going till you reach the bigger victory. Okay? So don't be afraid to celebrate. That doesn't mean stop what you're doing, but that means keep going. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people. Now, having a strong support system can provide you with the encouragement, motivation, and accountability that you need to keep going. There's a lot of groups out there that have accountability meetings, and they meet up and to help each other stay motivated and encourage you to keep pushing towards your goal. Now, here we go. Reframe your mind and focus on progress, not perfection. Now, I can say for me, this was one that was a struggle because I would always search for perfection. And if it wasn't perfect, I didn't want to do it. But I had to learn everything is a process, and your process is going to get you to your goal. But every time you make progress in the process, it is actually a good thing. Okay. So avoiding perfectionism and focusing on progress, no matter how small, it can help you to stay motivated and avoid feeling discouraged. So if you're someone that gets discouraged because you haven't got to the ultimate goal yet, but you're making progress, don't get discouraged. Keep going. Your progress is going to get you there. Okay. And additionally, focusing on your progress will help you to see the positive changes you are making, which can increase your motivation to keep you going. Now, think about all of the things that you had in the past. Like, think about where you were and think about where you are now. If you really think about it, for most people, you're further now than where you were back then. So you have made progress. And when you look at it like that, that's going to help you stay motivated and help keep you going. Now, one of the things that I know I do and several other people do is create a digital, they create vision boards. Okay. It can be digital or it can actually be a board that you post on your wall. Okay. Visuals and words that keep you focused and motivated on your goals. Now, with a vision board, you brainstorm your goals, which you should have already been doing. You think about your dreams and your desires. Okay. To do a digital one, it's so easy now because you have so many different tools like Canva, and that's one I use for my digital vision boards. And I go into Canva and I search for images of the goals that I want. So if I want to be an international motivational speaker, I may go and find a picture or an image of a microphone that says motivation, or a best-selling author. I'll go find the words and the pictures with best-selling author and books. And then search for motivational quotes. So some of my motivational quotes on my current vision board are live fearlessly, be a world traveler, keep going, don't quit. Those motivational words can help you stay focused, especially when you look at your vision board and you say, okay, yes, I got this. So I actually have one behind me, and some of the motivational quotes to share. This one says, you hold the power, healthy and happy, small changes, big results. And this is more of the poster board before digital became a big thing, your poster board, digital vision boards. So to wrap things up, hopefully this webinar has helped motivate you to start to set your goals and giving you some tips on how you can stay motivated and keep going. Join us for another webinar, and it will be on how to create a digital vision board. All right. But if you were motivated, or if this helped you, like, share, and subscribe at Tracy D. Armstrong on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, or you can check out my website at www.tracyddarmstrong.com. Have a good one, y'all.